This mix has got such a cool groove to it. It's super awesome. I love the vibe on this. What's up, YouTube? I'm Joel Wanasek. I'm a pro mixer and the co-founder of nailthemix.com. For those of you who are interested in learning to mix, it's the coolest place on the entire internet. Check it out. All right, today I'm gonna react to and break down Doja Cat, Need to Know, mixed by Serban. Let's hear this bad boy.
Yeah, wanna know what it's like. Baby, show me what it's like. I don't really got no tights.
Couple things stand out right away in this mix that catch my attention. We can start by talking about that synth. First thing that sets this song apart when I listen to it is the atmosphere compared to like other songs that have come out recently. It's got a very unique signature sound that comes in. It's got a little bit of ambience and it kind of sets the tone for the entire mix. And the entire mix is built off of that synth sound and, you know, that kind of like mysterious, spacey, vibey chord change kind of thing. So listen to that sound.
Fuck all night, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
That's your rhythmic energy for the whole song. I know that kind of sounds weird, but like that pulsing thing, like that's the whole song is built on. Okay, so now that we've got that locked in and our brain is focused on that, listen to the kick, the clap, block, snare thing, and the sub, right? The 808, as I call them.
I need to know. I just been fantasizing, and we got a lot of time.
Okay, so there's not a lot of kick in this, but there's a lot of 808 sub hit. That is the loudest thing in this mix. It's a hip hop pop mix. It is super loud. It is smashed. There's not a lot of energy going on the kick. It's more of like a little knock.
Baby.
Just kind of in there to give the thing a little bit of a tap on the top and give the bottom end all of that energy so you can really feel the movement. So you got the mysterious synth, and then you got the big deep sub under it, right? Without a lot of knock in the kick, and the snare,
Need to know.
sorry, clap, is not that loud in the mix. It's kind of in the background. It's very secondary to like the bass. Yeah, listen how loud that is. It's crazy on a good system.
Fight. Daddy don't throw no codes. Hold up, I'm going wide. We get to start.
All right, next rhythmic thing that really makes this groove interesting and stand out. It's kind of got a weird spacey vibe to it. So there's like this panning thing, this little hi-hat that kind of goes around in circles from left to right, and it's super loud and super attention grabbing.
10, then we could go to 5. I don't play with my pen. I mean what I write.
It's a really interesting balance decision and a mixing point of view because it's like the mix is all sub. You've got this mid-range, which is just this pulsating synth, right? And then you've got this really super loud, super bright, in your face, left to right hi-hat loop that's just super attention grabbing.
You can't help but be sexual. Tell me your schedule. I got a lot of new tricks for you.
It's a really interesting combination of elements in the way that it's mixed. I love it. It's super, super interesting to listen to. It's a really unique groove and it's very attention grabbing, which is a theme that I think I'm starting to establish here. It's very, very important at a very high level when you're mixing to take certain elements of the song and let them stand out amongst the other things in the pack. So when people listen to a song, it catches their attention and focuses your ear. Your ear can really only focus on like, say, one or two things at a time. So as a mixer, you're like a conductor. You're directing frequency, you're directing panning, right, left to right, directing what's going on in terms of like the energy and using it to generate attention and hold it. Very, very important. Okay, let's talk about these vocals.
I do what they can to get you off. Might just fucking with my makeup on.
All right, the vocals are super saturated. They sound to me like they were cut on something like a Sony C800 mic or maybe a Telefunken 251 or something super expensive. You can tell by the top end and the mid-range. I could be wrong, but that's just kind of like that sound. It's like super hi-fi, really compressed, right? They've definitely compressed a lot and saturated in the mix for sure. You can hear it. Listen to, there's almost like peaking on the edge of distortion.
This is a danger zone. You know my nigga be bugging me. I just be wondering if you can fuck with me better.
Especially in like that 2 to 3K range. And then there's a really very, very top shelf that's in there, like the very, very high air.
Like an ugly sweater. Need an image like a chucking each other. I need to know. Wanna know what?
It almost makes her voice kind of sound robotic, which I think, again, is cool and kind of the vibe of the song. It's like everything has got this mysterious, like spacey. And I mean, even watch the video here, you know, they're all dressed up like aliens flying around in a Star Wars set or something like that. So it totally, I think, fits the vibe sonically, visually. It's a complete package.
Baby, show me what it's like. I don't really got no tights. I just wanna fuck.
I like the subtle delay that's on the voice and the reverb. It's kind of like super epic sounding, but it's not like obvious and really intrusive, you know, like 80s reverb where it just stands out like it's reverb, but it's definitely, listen to the space.
All night, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
I also like the call and response here with the stereo vocals where it's doubled and super wide.
Baby, I need to know.
Very good use of effects to take the vibe. Again, if you're taking, this is why I started off with the synth in this mix. If you take the sound and the vibe of the synth and like the type of ambience it has and like the amount of ambient space, the vocals match that perfectly. And again, what that does is it creates a sound that's sonically cohesive across the entire mix. A lot of people, when they're mixing, what they do is they might just throw like a delay or a reverb or whatever, same one in every song, or, you know, it gets worked into a template. And what's cool about this, and I don't know how Serban mixes because I've never seen him mix, but one thing I got to say is that this song, like the effects of the song are tailored to match up to the ambience of the rest of the song. And that's a really, really brilliant, smart move because it basically, like I said, you're creating a soundscape, you're creating a sonic landscape that everything lives in, and the song now has a complete vibe. If we had a weird, just like some stock random like reverb and delay or something like that, you know, that didn't fit the vibe of the synths, the vocals wouldn't gel correctly into the mix. So really taking the time to tailor your effects so they can fit the energy and the vibe of the song, that makes this mix stand out.
You're exciting, boy, come find.
Listen to the top end of that vocal. You can hear that super high air. That is the sound of like C800 or a 251. I would be shocked if they used something else, but that super expensive air, like that's the sound.
Girl, come ride me, fuck that feeling, both us fighting, could he try?
There's a lot of cool stuff going on with like vocal panning, centers, sides, you know, different types of vocal vibes. And a beat like this, that there's not a lot of changing elements where things just kind of start, stop, punch in, punch out. It's not like, you know, the chorus of the song radically changes or whatever. You know, it's a very constant type of beat and sound for the whole song. You know, you've got to make it interesting. So how do they do that in the production? Well, they're doing it with vocals, with panning, they're doing it with effects, they're doing it with styles of singing.
Most likely trying to see if you can handle the sass, probably give us a panic attack. Sorry if I
Yeah, you can hear the echo on that break.
give a random erection, probably thinking I'm a telekinetic. Oh, wait, you a fan?
What an absolutely fantastic mix. This is why Serban is a titan among mere mortals and one of the most successful pop mixers and best of all time. Very, very well done. Very cool sonic landscape that was created. Just the way everything works together, the balance decisions that were made, the entire vibe. I mean, everything in this song is just so cohesive and very well thought out. Let me know what you think of this mix in the comments below. Please click like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. And of course, let me know what songs you want me to react to. I'm going to line them up and I'm going to knock them down and we're going to take a look at them. Again, if you want to learn how to mix music, head over to nailthemix.com. Thank you so much for watching.